You're off mute, so you can talk.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, guys. How are you today?
Good. Good, sir.
Excellent. Did you try hard with your schoolwork today?
Yep. Yes.
Good. Hello, Liam and Jack.
Hi. Hi.
Hello, Chad.
Hello.
Hi, Tiffany and Toby.
Hi.
I can only see a few of you at the moment. I can see more names. Hello, Julian. Hi, Yasmin. Hi, Luke. Great to see some of you back again for after yesterday. That's really cool. Ryan joining us. Oh, some great folk in our class today. That's awesome. Oh. Just got to share my screen.
Oh, I see. That one's you. That one's me.
Just got to get you up on my TV so I can see more a little bit bigger than my little screen.
Did you want to use it now?
Okay, let's get started, guys. Oh, just got to turn that camera off. Don't need to see me. You know what? All right, it's nice to see you. Oh, what a great bunch. Kill me. Take a what? Raise your right hand and recite the tenets. Saju, courtesy,
Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit.
And recite the oath. Saju,
I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo.
I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Bottom. I've got somebody else to let in. A couple more to come in. There we go. Okay. Rotating wrists. Change direction. Elbows. Change direction. And I was back. And forward. Oh, got somebody else to let in. And twisting your torso. Somebody else. Hold on. Hi Jade, hi Alondra. Oh, somebody else coming in. And left ankle. It's great that you can play the flute better than me, but what's your name? I can see the top of a head called I can play the flute better than you. Change direction, but I don't know whose head it is. Franz, it's great to see you and your dad. Is your sister with us as well? No sister today. Change foot. Oh, here he is. Did you play the flute, Ben? Change direction. And hands on knees. Down. And back. And circle your legs outwards. So unfortunately with the government's announcement yesterday, we'll be stuck in our homes doing this by Zoom for another couple of weeks. Because even though we're apparently in level 2 next week, with a gathering size limited to 10 people, it will be particularly useless to us. Because we have more than 10 people in a class. And legs inwards. So hopefully we get back down to a useful number fairly quickly. Or back up to a useful number more correctly. We need a limit size of 50 or more. And hips. Of course, the good news is that you guys are all back to school next week. Change direction. And come on. Just jogging around your space. Jog around your space. Explore your room. Hopefully yours is tidier than ours. All the stuff and from renovations around. As you're jogging, just pop your punches out. Punch as you're jogging. Tiffany, is your brother training today or is it just you? Is your brother being a slacker?
He went to the toilet. I went to the toilet.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tiffany. Oh, somebody else waiting to come in. Okay. Bear walks around your room. So hands and feet. Walking around your room. Hands and feet both on the floor. Bum up nice and high for bear walks. Now change to duck walks. Squat as low as you can. Let's see those duck walks. Come on, Elijah. Now let's see lizard crawls. Body nice and flat and low. Extend hand and leg forward. Opposite hand and leg. All the way around your room. I want to see those lizard crawls. Get those bottoms down. Hi, Gethin. Welcome. Come on, Luke. Keep that lizard crawling going. And come on. Little bunny hops. Little bunny hops. Now some frog jumps. Keep it going. All the way down to the ground and jump up. And come on, good work. Just tidy your uniform. Put your left leg back, walking ready starts. Beat. From here, I want to see good front rising kicks. So keep your legs straight, lift it up nice and high, sine wave, cross, block. Hala. Pull those toes back, dual. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Yado. Ahop. Dual. And change sides. Right leg. Hala. Dual. Set. Net. Dasa. Control it. Yasa. Ilga. Yadu. Aha. Yul. Muddle. Okay, I want to do some work today on the movement for many of our kicks. So working on your chambering, how you load. So we're going to start with front snap kick. Come up to the screen a little bit so you can see, and then we're going to practice it. Front snap kick, the most important thing to remember is that the power in your kick is designed to go forwards, not upwards. So I'm going to lift my knee up nice and high first, tuck my foot in as close to my bottom as I can, and then as I extend it out, I'm going forward with my foot, not upward. So not like this. Okay, not knee and then foot rising up. My knee comes higher than the target and then pushes out and snaps straight back. Okay, everybody ready? I want you all to stand sideways to your camera like I am. Walking ready stance. Lift your knee up nice and high. Not too fast, not too much power initially. Out and back. Make sure you're kicking with up kumchi, the ball of your foot. So you've got to pull your toes out of the way. No feet sticking up in the air. Go. Make sure you can see your leg in your camera. If you can't see your kicking leg, then I can't see it either. I can't give you feedback. Good, and pause for a moment. Now remember, the tool for this kick is the ball of your foot, called up kumchi. If you've got a nice hard floor, you can do what I'm doing here. Like I've got one foot on tiptoes, and then just gently touching it into the ground. That's the part of the foot I'm kicking with. I'm going to angle my camera so I can get closer. Look at the angle of my foot. So I'm pushing my ankle forward and pulling my toes out of the way. So I can kick with the ball of the foot. That's the tool for front kick. I can't have my front kick like this, because then I kick with the flat of my foot. So when I kick forward, I've got to push my ankle forwards and pull my toes out of the way. This way, not like this. So as you're kicking, I want you to try and look at yourself in your camera and make sure your foot angle is correct. So don't get too fast. Front snap kick. Up, out, back, down. You'll also see that some of my power comes from my hips. That helps to keep my power forward. I come up And then as I go out, my hips are going to go forward a bit. Okay? So try that 10 times each leg. Go. 10 times each leg. From your walking ready stance, don't rush. Try to make each kick better than the last kick. Good. Try not to lean back when you kick. In fact, technically you lean slightly forward when you kick. Tricky. You're going to get that hip driving in. Good. Check your own foot angle. Make sure your foot's pointing forward, not up in the air. Welcome, Max, working on front snap kicks. And we're standing sideways to the camera, Max, so that I can see your foot angle. So Julian, turn sideways for me. So that's it. Yes, that's looking good, Julian. Levi, show me your front kick. Good, Levi. Good. Jay, just make that stance a little bit longer after you kick. Cross into a big stance. After every kick, guys, a nice, strong, walking ready stance. Kick, stance, kick, cross and block. Kick, cross and block. Little spring of my knee as I go back to my stance. As I kick from walking ready stance, my hands can either be beside me here, or I can bring them up to protect myself. It's a good habit to get into. Luke, watch that walking stance. Full facing. And come on. Okay, come out to the camera. Couple of things to remember then about front snap kick. First, remember that you've got to keep your hips and your foot pointing straight ahead. Don't go sideways with your body. That changes the kick. Front snap kick, your hips and shoulders are nice and straight. Your knee comes up first, and it comes up higher than your target, and then your foot comes forward, ankle forward, toes pulled out of the way, and you're heading in this way. And there's a little bit of hip motion that comes into that as well. Remember, after you kick, you retract back, sine wave, cross, step back and block. Okay? Remember that this kick should never be higher than your own solar plexus. Everybody show me where your solar plexus is. Show me your solar plexus. Okay, the bone that joins your ribs together here is called your sternum. And just underneath that, there's a tender part that you feel if you give it a bit of a push, it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Whoa, makes your breathing a little bit uncomfortable. That's called your solar plexus. And it lines up with the part where your arms bend. If you relax your arms down, where your elbows are, right in the middle there, that's your solar plexus. So with front snap kick, you don't kick any higher than this. Because if you do, your power starts going the wrong way. Okay, here, so it can go forward. Okay, let's do 5 more kicks each leg. Go. Well, I just check who these comments are from. Good. Forward and block. Come on, get in. Show me that front kick. Remember to breathe. Don't try and kick too high. And come on. Good. Okay. So that's our front snap kick. Come back to the camera. Now we'll do a look at our turning kick. So the turning kick also uses the ball of the foot this part here. The difference is with a front snap kick, it's pointing forward like that, with my ankle pulled strong. With a turning kick, I have to pull my foot back this way and angle it slightly this way and hit with this bit. And it comes over on an angle this way. Okay, nice and straight. When I kick with doryochagi, turning kick, my foot is pointed slightly downward, like this. It's not sticking upward like this. And here my foot's sticking up. I have to roll over and change my ankle position so that it's downward. So I can hit with this part of my foot, the ball of my foot. Everyone touch these two parts here, like the two knuckles of your foot. That's what you kick with when you kick with upkumchi. Okay, the ball of the foot. So everyone try just sitting on the ground like I am and do your turning kick out and in like this. My legs start straight with my heel back towards my bum, and then I extend it out and pull it back again. So it goes in a nice line. So on my side, that's a good, Jay. Pull your toes back, pull your foot back. Kick with the ball of the foot. Franz, just watch that ankle position. You've got a good motion there, but your foot's sticking up a bit, and you've got to pull your foot back towards your knee. Yeah, thank you, Mr. B. Okay, roll over and do the other leg. Come on, Levi, show me yours. So I'm lying on one side of my body, out and back. That's it. Pull those toes out of the way. Make sure you kick it up in the air. Your foot's sticking up. Make sure you're going horizontally along, parallel to the floor. Imagine you had a beach ball over you, beside you, and you're going over the top of the beach ball. Don't kick the ball. Toby, your foot's in all sorts of funny positions. I think it's Toby, whoever's got the bare feet. Okay, it must be Tiffany, is it? Ah, Tiffany, your foot's in all sorts of funny positions. Turn that foot over. Toby, what are you doing with socks on? Come on, Luke, show me your kick. Okay, and come on. Now just sitting up and looking at the screen for a minute while I demonstrate. So when we do turning kick, the first thing we have to do is lift that foot up nice and high, the knee and the foot nice and high. Then my foot that's on the ground is going to turn as part of that as well. So now my leg is lying on an angle. Okay, it's like flat. It's flat this way. It's not sticking up. It's flat now. And then when I extend my leg out and back, it's like I could pass it across the top of a table without touching the table. Okay, kicking with the ball of my foot. So from here it comes up, around, and then I can bring it back into my guarding block. When I load my leg up, keep my hand, particularly the one that's at the back, the opposite hand, keep that close to my head. Watch your ankle position. Don't let your foot stick up like this. Make sure that ankle's tucked down. My toes are pulled towards me. Okay, so from here, I've got to imagine there's an obstacle. I could use a chair or something in front of me. Lift up and go over the top of the chair. I've got to turn that foot that's on the ground, the supporting foot, and then out and back. And then retract. Strong guarding block. On your feet. Let's do it. So we're going to start this one in an L stance, and we're going to kick with the rear leg. So first we'll do our L stance forearm guarding block from our parallel stance. Hands up, reach back, step back and block forward. Beat. That protects my body. Now imagine that obstacle. That obstacle is red. It's a big red obstacle like a small table or a chair or a big Swiss ball or something like that. And I've got to go over the top of it. Lift up, turn my supporting foot, snap out and back, and then come back. Go. Good, Franz. Good, Levi. Jacob, Elijah, Tiffany, Toby, every kick for you is double. So every time you kick twice. Magnus, your kick's coming up this way a bit. The foot that's on the ground has to turn away from you so you can lean your body over and kick across. Kick across, Magnus. You're still coming up a bit. Okay, come on. Just watch the screen for a moment. This foot that's on the floor is super important. If I don't turn that foot, I'm going to end up with my kick sticking up in the air. Okay, there's a couple of you doing this. Magnus, this is what you're doing with that foot that's glued to the floor. I've got to turn that foot that's on the floor. In fact, if I'm facing this way, my foot is pointing when I kick over that way, 45 degrees behind me. So I'm going to show you my hands if I'm on the surface this way. If my finger's here, that's my front, my thumbs in my back. I'm going to come back a bit. My foot is going to point that way. Okay, my right foot will point that way. Oh, sorry, when I'm kicking with my right foot, my left foot will point that way. When I'm kicking with my right foot, my left foot will point that way. Although I think I'm not mirroring you. Okay, so if I'm kicking over here, then my supporting foot's pointing over there. And that's another thing with this kick. The target, the person with the thing we're kicking, is not straight in front of us. So from here, I'm not kicking here. I'm kicking over here. And the foot that's on the ground is pointing back that way. It has to turn, kick there. And then come back to where you were to do your block. Okay, go. Just do left kick, right kick, left kick, right kick. Turn that foot that's on the ground so that you can get over that big red obstacle. Don't kick your Swiss ball. Over the top. Load up with your foot nice and close to your bum and then snap it out and back again. Good, Tavisha, but lift the knee up as well. Knee and foot both have to be up. Jacob, good. Now try and get a bit more power in each one of the kicks. So you're doing 2 kicks, which is awesome, but make sure you get a little bit more power from your body. Okay, so try and throw some of this power into both kicks and keep your balance. Okay, so you're not just putting your kick out and waving it. Elijah, where are you? Elijah, you should be doing double. Every kick twice. 2 kicks for you. 1, 2. And then down. 1, 2. There we go. If 2's too easy, green belts, do 3. Tiffany, you should be doing 2. Toby, you should be doing 3. That's it. That's it, Tavisha.
So do I have to do 3?
Yes, of course. Yes, Jacob, of course. 3 for you is awesome. Okay. Come on. Next little adjustment for many of you. After every kick, back into your L stance guarding block. Some of you are starting to do this. You see my foot position's all wrong. So I'm rushing, so I'm not getting good kicks. From here. Now change legs. Then I'll change legs. Go. Every kick has to start from a good stance. Jade, from your back leg, you're coming around a bit too far. Let me demonstrate. At the moment, from my back leg here, you're kicking all the way around over here. My back leg kicks the same side. So from here, just to here. Okay, so just like half a turn. That's it. I've got to turn that supporting foot so that I can lean properly and turn my foot over. But I'm going open side. That's right. Good. Now just turn the foot that's on the ground a little bit more so you can turn your foot over. That was lovely. Magnus, let's just get into the turning kicks. Show me what you got so I can give you some feedback. Tiffany, get away from the screen. You're not doing anything useful there. Good. Magnus, good motion. Most importantly now, the foot that's on the ground has to turn. So at the moment, your foot that's on the ground is staying where it is. And you're kicking like this, which makes it really hard to lean your body and really hard to get your foot in the right angle. The foot that's on the ground when I lift has to turn away. It's turning over here. And then come back. Okay, lift, turn the foot that's on the ground. That's it. I'm still hitting the same target though, Magnus. Still hitting the same target. So I'm facing you. I want you to do it facing me. So Magnus, face me. Do your guarding block facing me. That's it. Now we're going to use this leg and we're going to kick over here. But the foot that's on the ground. So Magnus, you're kicking all the way over here. Too far around. From here, I just want to kick straight over here. Straight over here. Not too far around. Too far around. Better. Better. That's it. But your foot's sticking up. So you've still got to turn the foot that's on the ground. Lean your body. Good, and come on. Okay, come in and take a look. Take a seat for a moment. So front snap kick and turning kick are both types of what's called smashing kicks. They're designed for breaking bones. And that's a bit scary. We tend to use it for hitting pads more than breaking bones, but that's the idea, okay? They're a sharp smashing kick. Now remember with your turning kick, the foot has to come straight into the target. So I've got to pull my foot back and pull my toes back. But I have to turn my foot and my body over, which means I have to turn my hip over a little bit. And the way I turn my hip over is by pivoting the foot that's on the ground, the supporting foot. So here, if I'm kicking this foot on the ground, look at which way it's pointing. It's pointing over here. Okay? It's technically 45 degrees away from my kick. Not what I was demonstrating with my fingers before, slightly different. Okay, so very importantly, the foot that's on the ground has to turn. Also importantly, my target is here or here. I'm not trying to kick all the way around here like this, spin myself around in circles. Nice and simple, really straight. This is what I would think of as my front. It's actually technically my side, but we'll think of this as my front. From here, my target's just over here. Boom! Got to pivot that foot. And then a nice guarding block. Boom! And then a nice guarding block. And when you get comfortable with it, doing lots of kicks is easy because you've got your balance point. You have to turn that foot that's on the ground. I'll show you. Look at the way my foot's pointing. Now, targets for this kick can be any height depending on your flexibility, but don't try and kick too high until you've got your technique right. Technique, strength, and then flexibility. Okay, that's the order. Technique, then strength, then flexibility. Get those right, then you have lovely kicks. You can kick my head height, not a problem, that'll be awesome. But don't rush, let's get good kicks first. So once more, from our L stance, we'll do 5 kicks each leg. Strong guarding block between. Always start your kicks from a good stance. That gives you balance. Go. 5 kicks each leg. That's better, Magnus. Good, Jade. Just watch that ankle position. Got to turn it over a little bit more. Jack and Liam, let's look. Good, Liam. Lift your knee up a little bit higher. Go, Jack. Good, lift that knee. Good, Chad. You're just coming a little bit too far around, Chad. You're doing what's called a side turning kick. Don't come right around in front of you. Just go on a side angle. It's a shorter kick. Yes, that's it. Pull that foot back. Okay, Alondra, what have we got? Looking good. Keep that knee up a little bit higher, Alondra. You've got good strength and flexibility, so lift that knee as high as you can. Luke, what do you got for me? Show me. Good, Julian. Just lift that knee. Luke, lift that knee and foot. You got to lift your foot up nice and high. Lift your knee nice and high. Jade, pivot that supporting foot a bit on that side. Magnus, got to work on that pivot. Max, show me your triples. Ethan, I want to see your kicks. Lift the knee, Gethin. Lift your knee up higher. Okay, lift the knee to be sharp. And come on. Okay, grab a quick drink. Good stuff. Keep it up. Franz, where did you go? There he is. Now I can see you. Okay. And come and take a seat for a moment. Now, we're going to have again a quick pass through four direction punch and four direction block. Yellow stripes and above. While we're doing four direction punch and four direction block, I want you to practice your pattern, okay? While I'm working four direction punch and four direction block with the juniors, I want you to practice your pattern, and then I'll watch you do your pattern and give you some feedback as much as I can. Okay, so remember, when you're doing your patterns in a small space, don't sacrifice your technique and your stances. You've got to create the space by moving before you take your next pattern step. I'll give you an example. If I'm too close to my wall here, I'm doing chonji. One, I can't step forward and punch here, I'm too close. Instead of doing a little ridiculous stance like this, I'm going to take a step back, go back to my previous position, and then do a strong movement. Adjust, and then do a strong movement. So every movement's good stance, good power. Okay, yellow stripes and above, go and practice, go. White belts. We're going to work through four direction punch. On your feet. Come on, Max thing. Get up there and do that pattern. Yes, Ben, is the answer to your question. Max, when we were doing the kick, yes, this foam roller was a good height for you to kick over. Okay, four direction punch, ready. I've got my back to you, so you're going to do the same as me. Right side first. My left foot is going to stay where it is and just turn around in a circle. My right foot's going to do all the stepping. Ready? Ha! Two. Set. Ne. Tasa. Yasa. Unga. Remember, nice long stances. And buttle. Other side. Ha. Two. Set. Ne. Tasa. Yasa. Unga. Bottle. Okay, now I'm going to watch you. Four direction punch, right side. Mic out. Hana. Punch first for four direction punch. Sorry, four direction punch we're doing. So punch first, that's it, Jade. Straighten your hips and shoulders up. Magnus, where's your first punch? Gethin, come back to that first movement. That's it. Your right foot's going to step. Luke, punch to the center, straighten those hips up. Julian, just do the first one towards me. So face me and do your punch, Julian. Go. That's it. Okay, second movement, go. Okay, check your stance. Make sure you've got your train tracks. Get in, focus. What's the second movement of four direction punch? Check your train tracks with your feet. Door, go. Order after set, sorry. Net. Dasa. Okay, check your stance. Make sure you're one shoulder width wide. Make sure you're nice and long. Okay, nice and long, one shoulder width. Mr. B, just change hands. Go. Oh, Jade, that cross wasn't quite right. Remember, the blocking hand goes on top. Other way, other way. Cross again. Cross, change. Yes, blocking hand on top. That's it. That's it. And last punch, Ilga. Okay, check the shoulders are straight. Check your hips are straight. Luke, you're all sorts of sideways. Let's be straight ahead. And buttle. Okay, left side, mic out. Let's go. Hana. One shoulder width wide. Hips straight, shoulders straight, punch to the middle. Julian, you're doing the right side again. Stick to mic out. Luke, change hands and feet. Door. Okay, now check your train tracks. Check your feet are a shoulder width wide. It's very common here to step too narrow. Franz and Mr. B, really good. Set. Net. That's it, Jade. Jade, blocking with your right hand, left hand's on your hip. Change hands, Jade. Feet are right, change hands. That's it, yes. Net. Tavisha, make sure that punches center line of your body. Okay, you don't punch the line of your shoulder, punch the line of your center. Dasa. Oh, Chad, crossing in for me. And change the cross, Chad. Yes. Ilga. Bottle. Okay. Seniors, after you've done this pattern, practice one pattern lower than your current pattern. Everybody else, four direction block with me. Remember your crossing. Your low blocks are both done with the outside of your arm so they cross on top. Okay? In saju makgi, the inner forearm middle block is the inside of the arm so it crosses underneath with both hands down. A couple of things I noticed, just watching this way for a moment. Some of you are doing your punches like this. See how my body's sideways. It should be straight ahead, facing straight ahead. From here, some of you are punching over here. The punch should be the center of your body, not the side of your body, center. Now from here, when I do my low block, I'm going to do it facing this way. If I do my low block, just be careful that you don't step too narrow here because I haven't got stability. I want to have my shoulder width. So from here, I've got to step out into my shoulder width. Okay? Four direction block, saju makgi. Right side. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Yado. Bottom. And the left side. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Yado. Bottom. Okay, now your turn. Right side. Max, then you'll do dosan. Okay, four direction block. Right side, mic out. If you're struggling with four direction block, just do four direction punch instead. Ready? Luke, show me you're ready. Luke, you don't look ready. Okay. Hana! Come on, Gethin. You don't get better by looking at a screen. Do. Oh, look there. Brain on, Luke. Middle block. Luke. Now the low block. Set. Oh, Gethin, I think you're frozen. Hopefully, okay, you'll come back to me soon. Net. Chad, when you do your low block, not quite so close to your leg. Okay, not here. Lift it out just a little bit so there's room to block. Tasa. Should be about 15 centimeters from your thigh. Yasa. Or at your height, maybe 10 to 15 centimeters. Ilga. Yaru. Remember, Jade, that one goes underneath, comes from underneath. Change again, change under, that's it. Yes, yes. And baro. Okay. Oh, awesome. Welcome, Jade, sister. Don't go away, come back. Okay, left side. Ready? Hana. Change legs now, Jade, sister. That's it. Do. Set. Net. Dasa. Jade, make sure you're blocking with your right hand and your left hand's on your hip. Ilga. Now block with the left hand. That's it. Next one's with the right hand. Yadul. Oh. Aho. And baro. Good. Okay, now white belts, I want you just to practice four direction punch and four direction block without me while I take a look at the more senior guys. So yellow stripes, yellow belts, and green belts and above, you're with me. White belts, practice four direction punch and four direction block in your own time. Way you go. Okay, seniors, Jimmy, your own pattern. Your own pattern. I'm going to have to look at about 5 different directions here, so I apologize if I can't give everyone feedback. I'll do my best. Shijo. Come on, Toby, train hard. Jacob, you've got excellent power with your hands. We just need to try and get the same sort of punch with your kick with your feet.
Sir,
Yes.
I accidentally left the meeting and I missed that briefing.
Oh, you're just doing your own pattern now, Max, with the highest pattern
Okay.
you know.
Thank you.
No problem. I lost your camera, though. I can't see you. Good, Levi. When you've finished your pattern, baro. Elijah, remember your ready position for that pattern for Wanyo is closed ready stance type A, not parallel ready stance. Yeah, that's it. So here, right hand is a fist, left hand's on top. At the height of your philtrum, just under your nose. So that's your ready position for Wanyo. Okay. When you started there, Elijah, I thought, oh, he doesn't know Wanyo yet. He's doing Dosan. And then you started Wanyo and I thought, oh, no, he's got the ring ready position. And come on. Okay. Everybody grab a drink. And if you have any questions, unmute yourself and ask me questions about your pattern. Oh, nice to meet you, Summer. I look forward to seeing you at future classes, Summer. You're welcome to our lockdown classes. And when we get back in the dojo, come along with Jade. No one has questions? If you do, you're very quiet asking them. Remember to unmute yourselves. Okay, come on. Now, just a nice bit of light work with footwork for sparring. So everybody up on your feet. 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward, bouncing a little bit and just moving around. But remember, when you're doing this, you want to maintain a stance. Okay, so keep your feet apart, bouncing forward and backward, moving around, changing your angle, but keep your stance. Hand up, backhand up in particular. If I want to move forward, I'll push forward with the back leg. To move back, I'll push back with the front leg. Okay, good. Now from here, if we want to change stance, we're just going to switch our legs as quickly as we can and change our hands. Nice and quick, nice and direct. And then move around. Keep that space in your feet. Don't let your feet get close together. Good, forward and backward, keep it up. Make your switches as fast as you can. Good. Okay, come on, watch for a moment. If I want to circle a little bit, it's pretty easy, right? Change my angle this way, then 1 foot just moves slightly further than the other. It's really easy. If I want to move sideways though, there's a couple of ways of doing it. The easy way is I open my stance. Notice my shoulders aren't moving. Then I close it up again, like this. But I don't want to do this. If I turn like this, I'm going to get kicked or punched. So keep side on. But notice I'm open my stance and then close it up. Open and then close. What I'm not doing is crossing my feet and then coming back. Don't cross your feet. Open, close, open, close. So to step right, my right foot goes first. To step left, my left foot goes first. Doesn't matter which foot is forward. Right, left, left. Go. Move around a little bit. That's one sideways step. So circle a little bit, then straight right, straight left. Switch your stance. Move around. Keep that space between your feet. Keep your hands up. Luke, try not to lean. You're starting to do this. That's inviting a punch in the head. Let's not do this. Let's keep the body upright. Keep your body up. Guard your head with that backhand. That backhand does not drop down. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Good. Okay, now what I want you to do from this position is start lightly throwing some movements. It might be punches, it might be a front leg kick, it might be a back leg kick, and then straight back to your stance. So moving around, throw some kicks, throw some punches. But think about your stance. Always back here, never here. Always here. If I'm from here, I can retract this way. One, back. One, back. Keep the space between your feet. Don't let your feet get too close together. Julian, try not to be forwards. Not like this facing my partner because they'll kick me. Side on. Stay side on to your opponent. That's better, Julian. Cool. Stay side on. Luke, you're facing sideways. You're facing your opponent forwards. This is great if you want them to hit you. Not so good if you don't want them to hit you. Side on. Side on. Okay, come on. Now you're just going to start adding some combinations. So from here, I might do that drill we did last week. Side kick, punch, punch, turning kick. And then moving around. Side kick, punch, punch, turning kick. Then moving around. Okay, I might just go side kick, back kick. Moving around. So just move around, throw some different combinations. It's just as simple as punch, punch. But straight back into your stance. Straight back at the side on. After you attack, don't care what you attack with. Straight back into your side on position. And move around. Imagine your opponent. Stay side on to your opponent. And go on. Cool. Good. Okay. So just a little quick bit of work on footwork there. We didn't do too much. We didn't have a lot of time. Remember, whenever you're practicing your shadow sparring like that, always keep your back hand up by your head. Don't let this happen. That's a good way to get a kick in the head. Try to always stay side on to your opponent. So this backhand is up. I'm always side on to my opponent, and I've always got a nice space between my feet. Never like this. I can't move quickly like this. Here, I can move much more quickly. So backhand is up, sideways to the opponent, space between my feet. It's the most important 3 rules. Okay. Now, just a little reminder. Most of you, all of you white belts will have one of these. You've got a page of homework in there, depending on your grade. Make sure you're working through the page of homework. Here and here. And mark off, you can mark off in here that you've done a class. Also encourage you to talk to mum and dad about something to work on at home. While we're stuck in lockdown, things can get pretty hard with mum and dad. Things are hard for mum and dad. So try and do a little bit more to help mum and dad, okay? Try and do a little bit more to help out at home. Offer to do some more work for mum and dad. Offer maybe to do the dishes or the laundry. Something that's just going to make mum and dad's lives a little bit easier. And then they can spend more time having fun with you, okay? So do your bit to help out around the house. Next week, you're back to school. So you've only got a few more days of trying to do your schoolwork at home and struggling with that. Mum and dad will get a little bit calmer when you're back at school because they haven't got to look after you and do their day jobs at the same time, okay? So that'll be a little bit better when everyone goes back to school. But unfortunately, because the limit size of the groups is still very small at 10 people, we can't have our taekwondo classes in the hall yet, okay? So we'll keep on Zoom for a little while. So keep training. Remember, we've got classes at 5 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on Zoom. So just choose whatever days you want to do. You can train 4 times a week. You can train once. You can train twice. Do whatever you feel like. Thank you very much for coming along today. I'll look forward to seeing everybody at the next class. Before we go, has anybody got any questions? Remember to unmute yourself if you've got a question. Yes, Gethin, ask your question.
Why are the patterns called patterns?
Well, that's a good question. Why are the patterns called patterns? Because they're a sequence of movements that is predefined. Okay, so it's a sequence of movements that we do the same way all the time. So it's a pattern of movements. And we have 24 of them in Taekwondo. There are 24 patterns to learn. The first one you learn when you're a yellow stripe. Chonji is the first pattern. Saju, jirugi, and saju, makgi aren't actually patterns. They're just movements to teach you how to do patterns. Chonji is the first pattern. And the last one you learn when you're a 6th degree black belt. Tongil. Okay, that's often thought of as the art of Taekwondo. Sequence of patterns.
Technically wise, what is the hardest pattern to do?
Question from Jacob over there. What's the hardest pattern to do? That's an excellent question. There are 2 physically challenging patterns. One is called GK, You should do that second degree black belt. It's got lots of flying kicks and things in it. And the second pattern that's technically very difficult to do is called moon moo. And you do that at fourth degree black belt. It's got lots of slow kicks as well as flying kicks. Now, moon moo is a beautiful feeling pattern. So even though it's very hard, when you perform moon moo, you feel really good because it flows together really nicely. Juche is just hard. I don't find it feel good doing juche. It doesn't have a nice flow to it. But moon moo is a beautiful feeling pattern. Any other questions?
Is karate and taekwondo the same?
Sorry, could you ask the question again?
Is karate and taekwondo the same?
Is that you, Luke? Is karate and taekwondo the same? That's a good question as well. There are similarities between karate and taekwondo. They are both striking arts. That means we both punch and kick predominantly. But apart from that, they're very different. First up, karate comes from Japan. Taekwondo comes from Korea. There are actually lots of different types of karate. So after that, it's quite hard to generalize. There's many, many different styles of karate. Taekwondo, we have two styles. We have World Taekwondo and International Taekwondo, and they're quite different. Okay. Karate generally is much older than taekwondo. It's a very, very old art, whereas taekwondo's only been around for about 65 years. Now, I'm sorry, we've got to finish class up because I've got the class too. So thank you very much for coming, guys. I'll look forward to seeing you next class. Yep. I'll look forward to seeing you next class, hopefully tomorrow or Thursday for some of you. Kill me. Taekwondo. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
See you tomorrow next class. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Wait.